All right, all right, all right, all right. Um, Hold on. Yep, just getting the stream started. Dun, dun, dun. All right. All right. Let's see if that's working. Uh, okay, so that might be an issue. Um, Maybe I'm just. Oh, there we go. I think that's better. Let's just turn it down a little bit. Um, so I think that's everything. Hello everyone. This is the Silverliner. Welcome back to Stormworks Stuff, episode 4, where instead of just looking, we kind of look at like a build or two, and then we build a boat. Well, at least we attempt to. Um, right now we are messing around with our first HMS Terror model. That being by a. Hold on, let me check who this is from. Um, this one is by Wobble234. Hello, Sebastian. And this is from the Lost Franklin expedition. I guess we'll check out how accurate it is. I don't know if I'll make a video on this. I might. There's like there's 3 other models of this ship. No Erebus for some reason. We have second officer's cabin, which would have, I think that would be Edward Little, Lieutenant Edward Little. I don't know whose cabin this could be. Maybe what's his name? Hold on, I'll figure it out. Let me think about it. What's his name? John. Hold on. I'll find it. Let me just continue spinning around in circle until I remember what's his name? Not John Torrington. I don't remember his name. I just know that he was pretty interesting guy. What's his name? What's his name? What's his name? John Irving. John Irving. That might be his cabin. I'm pretty sure he was one of the lieutenants aboard Terror. And yeah. Now we are sinking the vessel, which was, I believe, crushed by ice. It was abandoned in 1848 and then crushed by ice. We have the stove. We have the medical cabin. It's pretty cool. And I don't know if we're going to count the 1857 encounter, but I think that's a very interesting encounter. So that's in 1857. I think it was the Inuit hunter Tushu who encountered at least, I think it was 2 or 3 of the Franklin expedition members, and I guess in 1857 he helped him survive the winter, and one of them gave the hunter his sword, and yeah. So I mean I think that was 12 years after the ships left England, 1845, and then 9 years after the ships were abandoned. So I mean, if that's, if that happened, that's really interesting. Officer's room. We might be building this. We might be building this today. But if I am, it's either gonna be slightly based off Erebus, or it's gonna be the most accurate thing you've ever seen. Captain's steward. That's Jobson. Wait a minute. Oh, this is Captain Steward's pantry. Thought that was the steward's bunk. So, you got some water and just whatever you need. See, it's... Oh, we are sinking rather, What's up? Yeah. Alright. Yeah, as you can see, I'm just kind of... Oh, it's really sinking. We should probably leave. How's it looking down here? Good, bad, maybe? Also, this is a inaccurate engine. It's actually... Well, Erebus and Terror were both fitted with 2 repurposed steam engines, the Croydon and the Archimedes. Let me see what's over here. I think this is more... I think this forward area is more cool. Nope, this is just tinned food. Fun stuff. I think we're gonna check out all of these today, because why not? Why would you? Yeah. Speed are we? Oh my. We are really sinking. That's a little concerning. Yes, it is sinking. They always end up sinking. Also, the SS Thorn is now on the workshop. I just kind of finished a little bit of the painting. I added a little bit more interior. I added some like extra details. But yeah, it's now in the workshop. Are we missing something? I think. Why is it sinking from the bow now? That's a little concerning. I don't know. I don't see any of the water. I'm not going to abandon ship. Why would I abandon ship? I actually refuse to abandon ship. I'm gonna go. Oh, all the air is escaping? I remember at one time when the air could launch you out of the ship. That was really fun. I thought that was like the most fun thing ever. You just play around with the SS Yorkshire, and like you go to like right behind the funnel where all those like unsealed doors were, and you would just get like flung into the air by the gas update. I think the fluids and gases update. I think that's what did that. I love that. That was so fun. Also, these lifeboats. Yeah. We actually might be fine. As you can see, it's taken a while to sink. Yeah, cabin. Oh, now water's starting to enter there. Well, let's just open most of this up. It's gonna take a while, isn't it? Oh yeah, yeah, it definitely is. That's cool. No. It's gonna... It might be. I might have to change it. I'm not going to. Oh. Oh, we are not that deep, are we? No, not at all. I would, do you think we should build something like this today? Or should we build another cargo ship? I'm thinking either between building something like the MV Derbyshire, or we can build HMS Terror in the 1840... No, the 1838 configuration. I think it was when it was converted, because I know it was converted during the John Ross expeditions. Also, I think it stopped. Okay, I guess it stopped, so, the boat survived. That's cool. I guess I can just showcase the full build here. The tsunami siren's still going off. Fun stuff. Here it is. Here's the SS Thorn. As I said, I did change it. Now it's green. Because I didn't like the blue, and also I ended up getting rid of the blue paint, so if I messed anything up, I would end up having to find the exact paint texture I used. So That didn't happen. So I added one more Carly float instead of here's the bridge now. I actually made it work. So instead of it being a hatch, because what I noticed is because there was a 2-block gap here, you would get stuck on it sometimes. You would just end up like being like that, right? So I just got rid of that and added a little railing. The table's been moved over. The sinking is still there. I just know that's the sinking. I know it doesn't have the sinking button. I guess I forgot to put that there, but yeah. I have 2 seats here. We have a compass. And we have that. If we go down here, kitchen, little chair. We have the galley with Pharaoh Dude. I love Pharaoh Dude. It's such a funny image. Here's the captain's cabin. You know, it actually looks decent. I really like the wooden texture of the bed. Really like that. We're just gonna leave these open because I'm gonna sink it. Here's the main deck. Here's the rope. Well, that's the, I guess, hose locker because I just put it there because that's how you pump fuel in. I haven't tested to see if it works. I don't know if it does. Here's the engine room. Here's the lighting for the engine room. And go forward. Also, I fixed up all the stuff. I know that I've like painted all this interior stuff right here. Fixed this up, so now it's nice. A little bit better looking. We have this just plain storage area, I guess, if you want to store anything. I didn't put any lights in here because this is a cargo hold, and I didn't feel like putting lights in a cargo hold. So here it is. Yeah, that's it, and then here we go, and then we have this. If we go up here, we have the anchor, which doesn't actually have an anchor to it because I didn't feel like putting an anchor here. And we have some more. Okay. Okay, so we're just gonna say that the company, Fairline, didn't buy updated Carly floats, and they're all ripped to shreds, so we'll just go with that. Totally not the fact that I forgot to put the glass panes to make the little, I don't know. Fairline spares no expense except when it comes to safety. No, I will never build a 1-to-1 scale Derbyshire. That would genuinely be like terrible. Oh my god, there's, are we seeing this? It's like tsunami after tsunami. I will not be building a 1-to-1 scale Derbyshire or SS United States. That is one of those Stormworks. You can just drop it. Okay, that's cool. If I build anything like the Derbyshire, it's going to be like a little smaller. Because that doesn't sound fun. Also, the sinking now is a lot faster. Let's just close that. Also, there's a bathroom now. Very cramped. We'll just let that open, it's fine. Oh, and it's flooding now. Let's go. Why? Why would you... That is just like PC breaker right there. I believe random stuff uploading made a unfinished SS United States. It's called the SS Washington. I don't know if it has an engine room. I believe someone did make a United States, though. But it's really old now. A lot of those, like, large builds are really old. Okay. A lot of those builds are really old now because some of them don't work because, you know, why not? Also, just like, I don't think I could handle doing a 1-year Stormworks build project or like a month-long Stormworks build. I think the most I've spent on a build is maybe like a few weeks. Also, we have the SS Hoff right here. Yeah. Interesting. I think what we're gonna have to do is we're gonna have to build something a little different from this. It looks kind of goofy. Also, here are all the other HMS Terror models. Cool stuff. We have this little boat right here. It's pretty cool. That may have been an issue. What? My. Wait. Oh, interesting. Okay, we're just gonna... Here's the other random stuff uploading build that uploaded. Yeah, it is. It's just probably not the best idea to load it in via this because, oh my. PC's already kind of screaming. Got third class maybe. First class definitely. More first class. Just do a little skim over it to see what we got. Cabins, lots of cabins. Like to see that. That's a sink, I think. So this is the kitchen. Galley. What is this? Oh, that's cargo hold. We got some more. That's also a cargo hold, which goes right down into the probably shaft. That's kind of interesting. Alright. So, do we want this to be mostly a building stream? What are we feeling? So we got the SS Holt Town, I believe I checked that out on Stormworks Stuff episode 1. We have the SS Raccoon. You know, we could build an ocean liner, maybe. If I build an ocean liner, I could use some of the paint schemes that I used for the cargo ship on the ocean liner. I can use the outer paint schemes and all that. What are we feeling? If I build an ocean liner, it's gonna be like Franklin Expedition era. So like what, 1848, 1845 to 1850? We can do a lot with that. We have this, the SS Samoa. Cool little vessel. I'm trying to think, like, what type of style do we want to do? I'm trying to think whether I want to build a cargo ship. Let me see this. MV Balsa. MV. That's pretty interesting. Could maybe build that. You could maybe build something like the München. The München we could maybe build. If we build the München, should we do a Rogue Wave style sinking, which just involves hiding a bunch of rockets in the ship and just turning them on? Or we can make a flying cargo ship. Flying cargo ship. I think the flying cargo ship is a great idea, actually. Okay. Okay, so let's do a little bit of hull design right here. Flying cargo ship, here we come. How long is that? That is 182. We might as well go for Go for 200. It's 220 right there. So this is 10. So 230 is what it's at. I'm not putting a gyro on this though. No, it's gonna be a literal cargo ship, but it has like a giant like rotor at the back of it. Oh, planes aren't a real thing in this game. This is going to be such a pain. 4, 5, 6, and then we want to do. I have no understanding of how to make a gimbal, and we are not building a gimbal. I'm sure it will be fine. This was 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's go 8. Okay. Alright, so that's 4, 6. I'll make this 4. Thinking that's one enough. Also, what we could do is I could figure out how the that tire glitch works. You know, the one where you know, the one where it's literally just it's the one where you like put a tire against something and it just like generates lift. We could do that. Okay, so that's the hull. So that's that. We're just gonna we can make a flying ocean liner. Could be a little more fun. Okay, so that's that. Then we can do something like this. Also, I think this is going to be a stream build, so I'm only gonna work on this on live stream, just because I feel like it'd be fun to work on this on just live stream. Unless, of course, I have to spend like an hour trying to figure out how to fix like the lift glitch. Or I have to spend like 2 hours trying to figure out how to make a good stern castle or something. And I guess just because we'll also let this be part of the Pharaoh line, so we'll just say that the Pharaoh line has been around for thousands of years, because why not? I miss a lot. That's really how do we do that? Yeah, I see what we did. So I think instead of a bridge, we'll just have a literal bridge. It's not going to be like an actual structure. It's just going to be a bridge. Yes, it is the bow. What are we thinking? What are we thinking about? So, are we maybe a Great Britain style? This is already going to be such. Let's get to that. I'm not gonna build a giant stern castle because that's gonna it's not gonna be that fun. Let's just do something like this. Alright, so that's the stern. Just that. Should I also just give it a, might also just give it like a normal propeller too. So that, are feeling like that type of stern where it just, let's see how it looks. If it looks bad, we can always change it. I'm feeling like that's a decent looking. Oh, I think that's decent looking stern. I mean. Actually, just noticed something. Um. How did we manage to do that? Um. Okay, so here is the hull of the ship completed. Yeah. Not really. Alright, so that's that. Let's name this the SS. Include SS. Just name it Fly for now until I find maybe a better name. Gamma. Okay, I think I understand it. So this is either going to really, really break my game, or so the way you get lift in the game is, I believe you're supposed to put a tire wheel. How much is a 7x7 wheel? I think this will give us more. We're just gonna wheel. Where did I get that? We need a pivot. I think we need a velocity pivot. Hold on. Do we need a suspension? Suspension wheel. We need a suspension wheel, don't we? Get the 5x5 instant suspension. Okay, so it needs to be actually an instant. That's right here. Doesn't this look confusing? Mount. Okay. See if this is what it wants me to do. I think we need multiple. Okay, so I think it's working. Okay, this might be an issue for a future me to figure out. I think we should maybe build something else. Wow. Because that seems like a lot of complication for not a build that I don't think we should do on stream, because it's boring watching me just read from something to try to figure out how it works. So another thing we can build. Let's see. I'm looking at ship designs. Okay. Well, all you missed really is that I realized that it was going to take us longer to find out how the entire glitch works, because the only thing currently on it is a 13-minute video by Mr. New Jersey, and I'm not going to watch all that. That's one of the big things I don't really like, is everything's so overcomplicatedly long whenever you're trying to figure out a tutorial. So now I'm trying to figure out something new. Steam-powered schooner, maybe? That's an option. It really isn't. Let's do a steam-powered schooner. Why not? I mean, kind of defeats the whole... Let's do 25... 230. Alright, so... Okay, so what type of schooner do we want this to be? Do I want it to just be like one of those normal schooners, like the normal huge schooners, like the SS Olive branch that you've built, or do I want it to be like one of those schooner barges? I think that's what they're called. And they kind of figuring that out. So, I'm trying to figure out what I want to build. I don't know if I want to build a schooner. I don't know if I want to build a lake freighter. Trying to think. Yes, it is a smaller build, but it's the design. Like I'm talking about how, you got those extra large schooner designs. We could build them. No, I don't want to build the Marquette and Bessner. That's kind of like, I don't want to build like a real ship like that. I like building those fictional style ships because I get a lot more liberty, and I get a lot more liberty. That's really it. The sea salt is not towing this. The sea salt would end up getting towed by this schooner. No, it just gets dragged underneath the schooner because why not? I would like to build a paddle steamer, but the big thing is I'm not good with building paddle steamer engines. Like A-frame engines. Maybe something like the Lady Elgin. Or or one of these. Maybe I'm looking for designs right now on the internet. The hardest part, Stormworks. Finding something decent to build. Or we could build something like this. Maybe. Pirate schooner. Alright, I think we can get that idea. I think we should go with the schooner barge. So what we're gonna end up doing is I'm actually gonna shorten this just a little bit. And so that's how does this okay, so it kind of has something like, so I think instead we should do something like, and that goes like that. I think that's fine. So that goes like that. And then the stern, we gotta do something like this. And something like this. And then we gotta actually make it kind of go a little outwards. Now we gotta go. What? Alright, that looks pretty decent. Actually, let's could use that's not what we needed. Alright, I think that is a better John Bows. Let's see. You know what? We could do that. I think that's a good idea. We'll just okay, so I'm gonna restart again. That's fine. This really isn't. Alright. Okay, design, so we're gonna greatly over exaggerate its probable length. That's at 190. 200. 210. Okay, so it has more of a. So this is going to be the Faro Line's second ship ever. But maybe canonically this is the first. 5, 6. Okay, so we are a lot larger than the John Bows. How do you feel about this one? Nah, that's not. No, we can extend this. Um, no. Key is to find out. I think that's probably fine. Yeah, I googled how long that was in feet. Do you want to keep this? I'll keep this design trait. All right. So you want to shorten the height of this. Nah, I think it's probably fine the way it is right now. Yep, that's fine. And then we want to this. All right. How could we make this ship special compared to the first Steam Collier? We could give it 2 funnels that instead of being let's just actually add a little bit of like instead of them being like just 2 side by side funnels, because why not? Okay, so that's that. Alright. Um, what do I think about it? Is the John Bowen the inspiration for one of the GB Danner creations? Because it looks a lot like the SS Demetrius. So maybe that's the inspiration for that. Um, Probably is. What should we make the sinking be? Should we make it a sinking where the ship splits in two, maybe? Maybe we should. Maybe a giant explosive sinking. I do think sinking should be a little different, because we tend to have the same I actually like that also. What we can just do is, instead of doing all that, we can just get rid of this. It's probably one of those builds where we can get away with just using the yeah, it looks better. Plus, it's a one screwed ship, so we don't have to, you know, worry about finding a way to build the two props into the ship. Okay, so there goes that. Maybe we can give it just a tiny amount of superstructure. Okay, so that's our hull. Oh, I didn't think of that type of sinking. Maybe you could have something like that where it's just like a hinge base. That makes the split sinking just a tiny bit easier. I was gonna make the ship I was building the Born break into, but I was like, that doesn't really look too good. Because if it's like a small ship and it splits in two, it's just like it's kind of odd because it's just kind of like, oh, that's interesting. I wasn't really expecting it to sink like that. I still think maybe we should do a capsize sinking, excuse me. Anything but building in this game. Wait a minute. You know what would be a cheat? Just to do absolutely... Just make no interior, just cool. It's just cool. That'd be really fun. That'd be... It's like those super builds that you see on the workshop every once in a while, and they just have like no interior. And you're like, oh, wow. Oh, where's the rest of the show? It's one of those things that always confuse me. It's just like you build a super liner, and then it has nothing. Alright, so what I think we're gonna end up doing... So I'm kind of thinking of a little bit of a different design for the rudder, because we kind of just use the same design all the time. Let's change it up a little bit, just do something like this. Then have the I feel like, because like for the Wilkins, I think it's, I mean, it could happen, depends who builds it, how good the wood is, but it's just like I wasn't expecting a ship like that to split in half, just because it's just like, because normally when a ship splits in half, it's due to like stress, like Bradley and the Morale. They split because you know, wear and tear over the years. I think the last thing I was expecting was like, oh, this little steam schooner. It's a tiny, beautiful little steam schooner, just split in half, and I was like, hmm. So that's that. I'm just gonna. Um. Just did not mean to do that. Let's just. Get 2 blades, 2 propeller blades. Okay, so there's 2 ways we can make this. We can make. Well, I keep saying that. Where do I want to put the superstructure? I'm feeling stern superstructure. Not really. What are we feeling? Maybe what we need is maybe put someone will put an engine room right here. Let's build the interior real quick so I can figure out where I can put the engine room. I think like I should maybe start doing it like that. And because instead of putting everything else in and then putting the engine room in, maybe I should put the engine room in first. Okay, so we can. What we should do is okay, so that's so we can probably put how much more room do we have? So what I think we're going to do is we're going to put the engine area right here. And we're going to so that's where the engine's going to be. Then we'll split the... So do we actually want to make it so that the because I'm noticing that the bottom is smaller than the top area. Do we want to rearrange the hull so that's even? Because then we're gonna make that slightly... That's better. So that's that. Um, Alright, so that's the engine area done, and now we want the, I'll put the boiler room right here. So the boiler room is going to be from here to here, I think. That's going to be the boiler room. So does like a cool color just use the cool that's in its cool bunkers to get like the coal it uses for its boilers, or does it just have like more coal bunkers? Or does it store some of the coal that it uses in some of the, like in other storage space? That makes sense. That makes plenty of sense, you know. But totally doesn't. Um, that's that. Um, you know, while we're at it, just I guess if you're going to use this vessel, just kind of hope for the best, because I'm not building a wheelhouse for this. I don't think it needs a wheelhouse. So let's move the wheelhouse back. Let's actually build the boiler. So here's the boiler room. Are we thinking just like a giant boiler? I'm thinking just one giant boiler. So 1, 2, 3. That's 4. Uh-oh. Fire box, just put that right there. Are we feeling like putting a firebox on top? Another one? Yeah, I think we should. So that's where that's gonna be. And then we're gonna put another firebox right here. Yeah, also, when building this, it's probably best to just do that, because it actually ends up hiding, because there's a little gap there. So you want to do something like that, and then we want to... I'm going to put a lot of indicator lights to use as, like... What's it called? You know, we're just gonna say that, just gonna put the doors like that. We're just gonna say that so that I have an excuse not to build coal bunkers, because coal bunkers are not fun to build. Just gonna say that we're gonna use some of the coal from our no, that's too tall. Alright, I think that is this is a gigantic boiler. You'd expect this to be on something like Titanic. This is a massive boiler. Are we seeing this? This is... I don't know how I feel about this. Yeah, I'm gonna put the helm back here, honestly. Honestly, I'm thinking it's like this. Okay, let's look at the... Honestly, I think we can probably just go... It's gonna look really goofy, but we can probably get away with this. We have the giant boiler, and then the smokestack's just... Oh, that's funny. What are we feeling like? I feel like we should do the little thing at the end where it's like... Alright. There it is. So it's going to be a Faro Lines patterned boiler. Made by the sharpest minds at the Faro Lines. It's SS. Auric. So that makes plenty of sense, you know, it's fine. So that's going to be the bridge. I feel like I could do... So I guess if, you know, you're hit by a rogue wave or a tsunami, your best bet is to go below deck, because clearly this is, you know, not gonna protect you. Oh, you can really feel the boiler. I should have probably put the weight in first. Also, the SS Forn, I just remembered, it does terrible turning, so if you're turning with the ship, I'd recommend being a little careful. Don't turn in storms. If you can, just kind of be light on the throttle because it's very reactive. Just because I feel bad. I'm not going to make this a sealed bridge. It will have like a slight... It'll have a slight cover. It's not uploaded, it's not ready yet. Alright. So here's what we got for the bridge. It's not sealed at all, but I think it should be fine. Just as I said before. You know, that's fine. We'll even give them windows. That looks very concerning. Spoilers right here. And I'm thinking. If we are going to end up... I think we're going to sink the ship. Via hinge. Oh, please forgive me, Stormworks. See, when you're doing this, it ends up normally lagging a little bit because you know you're cutting off a giant segment of your build. Just kinda gotta hope for a little segment. Paste. There we go. Actually, I think what we can do is just end up putting that together. Instead, let's no, I don't know what's worse looking. The bridge or okay, so I don't know if I'll keep the bridge like that. What I do know I just spelled delay wrong. That's embarrassing. Well, since this one actually isn't going to have like an engine like the last one, we can just put that all there. Shh. It's a hollow. Oh, I need to add a throttle, don't I? Throttle. I think the max is going to be and we're 5, 10, 15 seconds. Oh, and of course, because we can. Warhead. I think we're feeling a medium warhead this time. It has long been a day where I can actually put a decent sized warhead in my builds. That way it definitely won't sink in mere seconds. Definitely not. Uh-oh. That's not supposed to happen. It's already splitting in two, and I just... Can I do -1? Will that fix it? No, I know what I gotta do. I gotta get a hard point connector as well, probably. Would be... You know, I can never find these without, like, searching for them. I don't know what that's about. But every time I try to... These are always the, one, like, build accessory I can never find if I'm, like, not, like, searching for it. Release. Doesn't this look odd? Oh, man. I mean, I guess... What's going on? Why is that? I don't know. There we go. That's what I'm... That's nice. That's like a really nice... Got that Titanic V-break theory. Never hear that. Spooky. It's part of the end. Oh, the boiler's gone. I would hate to be in the engine room right now. No. Maybe this much wasn't necessary. And it sure does work. Maybe if we, I actually know I have a great idea. Okay. What if we put some... duct... Actually, I think it's a hopper. You need a large hopper, right? 4, 5. So let's put that 6. That way we can... I'm just gonna make a giant, just gonna make a giant, just like... If we want to, I can also add a... And you may be asking, this is really, actually, I have enough. How about we make this better? Let's see how much. I'm gonna split this up. Do I like that design? No, not really. I think we can just change it back to the old one. Well, we're gonna be able to carry a good lot of cool. Yes. You'll never need another fleet collier. That's for sure. Or how much is in all this? No clue. Okay, it's getting to be pretty expensive. Oh dear God. Okay, we're gonna definitely have to use... Okay. There's 2,025 things of coal in there. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. I'm also guessing that's per row, so... yeah, well, we're never... if you use this, you just simply will never need to... You'll never need to do anything again. Let's hope that's enough. I would like to actually be able... There we go. That's what I'm talking about. It's perhaps too many. I think it's a tad bit too many. I'm gonna get an electric, and I'm pretty sure we will never have to I guess we're just gonna have to use the electric hatches. There's 2 of those. And we're gonna have a little walkway. It's not gonna be a lot, but we're gonna probably make most of the interior be at the bow. Okay, so store right here. That's that. But yeah. The chat seems a little empty tonight, so oh my. I was gonna what did all that? There's probably a hole somewhere in the boat. Oh, yeah. Alright, so, just finish that up. I'll probably finish some of this. Ship is just thirsty, yes it is. I might actually stream a little longer because still got some time. I don't know if I should move the bridge up or if I should. I don't know what to do with that. Let's see if my theory works. Yeah, I mean, it's definitely a violent explosion. Definitely destroys a lot of the surrounding area. Yes. Oh, of course. This is... See, whenever you're in a little disaster scenario like this, the strategy is to definitely jump between the gap of the broken ship. That definitely doesn't end in disaster all the time. Totally not, totally not. You gotta do that. Oh no. I think we're gonna redesign a bridge because that looks really ugly. Not even just like kind of weird, just like full blown ugly. Um, so that's all right. So that's that. Bridge needs to be longer. Okay, we're gonna take that to the extreme and make it really long. Well, we're gonna make this the chart room and the bridge because why not? So that's that. Actually, let's put some windows in the side of the ship, side of the bridge before we. So put the navigation right here. Then put that there. Alright, well, here's the bridge. You know, while we're at it, let's just make it worse. I know the perfect way of doing that. Let's just make it this. This is Faroe Line's finest vessel right here. We now have a fly bridge too while we're at it. Okay. This is an interesting concept. Should I redo the bridge entirely? This kind of looks... I don't know. I should redo the bridge entirely. I should keep this. Yeah, the Faroe Line first vessel here. The SS Auric. Built in, we'll just say 18. It's a good date for the first. Cool. We'll just say 1860 is when this was built. Because that makes sense. Yep. Okay, so maybe we'll make this a lounge instead of the bridge. We'll make this the bridge. And we'll still keep that as the chart room. Here it is. Okay, we're just gonna... Let's at least get a throttle going so that we can put some... Give it some power so that, you know, we don't just have a stationary vessel here. I'm totally just gonna do all that, and then can definitely foot. That makes sense. We can definitely put 2 motors right here. And then what we can do is you can definitely tell that the Faroe Line has advanced since the times of 1860. Modular model, and we got it's the first ship ever to not have. Well, we might add mast, but it's the first ship that's not going to really use those masts. You know, we forgot to do that. Also, while we're at it, just like a few of those. There we go. Maybe. Alright, so we have the vessel. As you can see, it's definitely a little top heavy. That's fine though. I think the ship's actively capsizing, and yes, I might put a black and white filter. That's not good. I know that my ship's... I know it's a little goofy design, but it shouldn't be capsizing. Also, my character moves with the ship. Does that normally happen? Are we not? Well. Yeah, Yep, it's definitely sinking, but... okay. Okay, so this is going fine. The propeller definitely isn't tearing itself apart due to the fact that it's out of the water. There's water pouring in. I think what I'm trying to do is I'm trying to get the bow to sink first, so then it drags the ship down. And then when whoever finds the ship, like a few hundred years later, looks at the records like, oh, it didn't split in two. I'm just gonna ignore the fact that there's a giant line for the ship, and it didn't split in half. It's completely fine. Oh my. I keep hearing the thing. I keep hearing the tsunami alarm. I might just be losing it, but I might be losing it. But it's just... But whatever is going on in the I can definitely edit a few of these to make it look better. But one thing's for sure, I definitely need to... Also, we are right by the Bowflower Trench in the Dragon Cavern. And then... I should have done that. Um, yeah, maybe, what we need to do is, maybe make it so that in the lore the ship was sunk by a kraken. No, I'm just gonna make it catastrophic boiler explosion. The Fairho line had to, I might make that my membership. Just like Pharaoh line crew members. 99 cents. It's so sad that I can't make it just like 50 cents. I feel like that would be 10 times better. Put like maybe like 50 cents, $5. And for like top tiers, like maybe 10 to 15. Or it could be like a... I wonder what the limit is. I think it has to be like $100. There's no way it's less than that, which... That would be interesting. Two, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Sometimes, what was that? It was like a... That was a while ago. What we want to do, actually, is... You know, I could probably just, like, get the selection grid and do this by, okay, I'm actually just gonna... I'm gonna give it 2 mast. As you can obviously see, it's not really... Size... This reminds me a lot of the, it says City of New York's mast. Also, maybe I'll make it so that, this... No, I'm just gonna make it so that the mast... Oh, I gotta add a little bit more weight to the ship because it's super duper A little too unstable. I need to add just a little bit more to it. Should add a bowsprit? Yeah, I think I should. I think I will. So what we want to do is get that. Don't worry, this isn't robotic pivot. We're just gonna what we want to do is we want to do this. I think this should just work like that. There's the bowsprit. Alright, well, I think this is where we are going to stop the stream. I'll probably stream sometime in the future. I'm probably going to keep working on this, probably keep adding stuff. Try to fix all the stuff that's wrong with it. I'm going to try to make the sink actually